When was the last time your AI tool disagreed with you? Not hedged, not added a caveat at the bottom, actually pushed back on something you said and told you it had a better idea. Recently that happened to me. I was really surprised. I had asked Claude to build a little bit of animation for me. It looked at my options and then it said, I want to do my own idea and I think this is the one. I said, what? Or at least inside my head. It had told me what it wanted to build instead after I had given it some ideas and instructions. And it was right on reflection. But here's the important part. It made that call because of all of the context that I have built up with it over the thousands and thousands of hours that I've been using this tool. And that's the reason it could push back intelligently. Just like everyone else in 2022, I picked GPT and started working with it. It really was, back then, the only serious option. And it worked. I used it a lot for writing and brainstorming as it got better and better. Good output. It was a solid tool. But as back then, even as now, ChatGPT is highly agreeable. And it would have built whichever option I gave it without even a word. If you're an experienced professional who picked GPT because it was there first, and you've never seriously evaluated the alternative or alternatives, by the end of this video you'll have a great idea of what actually changes when you do that evaluation. And most professionals that I speak to, they haven't reevaluated their original choice. You evaluate your advisory firm, your accountant, legal counsel, but you do that deliberately. You're looking for what best fits my needs right now. And your AI tool or AI tool stack deserves the same scrutiny. ChatGPT is a great tool. So is a hammer. The question is, what are you building? This is not a feature-by-feature comparison. There are plenty of those on YouTube. What matters for professional work is this. Claude was built differently. It was optimized, in my opinion, for depth and for its thinking ability and its considered output. Neither of them is wrong, but one of them is built for the kind of work that you do, where the quality of analysis matters more than the speed of the response. Let me show you what I mean. I took a 60-page McKinsey report. It was their latest research on how AI is reshaping the workforce. I uploaded the same document into both models, and I gave it an identical prompt. I said, I need to brief my leadership team on the implications of this report for our workforce planning. What are the 3 things they need to hear, and what should I not waste their time on? ChatGPT gave me a thorough summary, well-structured, comprehensive. And if I had time to read it thoroughly, edit it down and tighten it up, it could probably get there. But remember, I was wanting a quick briefing. Claude gave me exactly what I wanted. 3 things prioritized with a clear note on what to not waste time on, about a quarter of the length. In the situation that I just modeled, where I was about to go into a meeting and wanted salient points to make, for my case, the second output from Claude was on point. It was exactly what I wanted. So in summary, neither response was wrong, but only one of them answered the question that I actually asked. The difference between summarizing a document and briefing a decision maker. That's a gap that shows up every day in professional work. I carried on. I ran both these tools for 3 weeks. My findings were, for documents and multiple documents, anything over about 10 pages, I moved to Claude. Anything under about 10 pages, I was quite happy with the output from ChatGPT. They were quite similar. Now, I want to be honest, I haven't stopped using ChatGPT. I use it for second opinions. When I've reached a conclusion and I want to pressure test it, I will push around the edges and put it into ChatGPT and see what comes back. Sometimes it will surface angles that I haven't considered, or Claude hasn't considered. But by working together as a team, I'm able to get a much better outcome. It's essentially 1 + 1 + 1 equals about 10. So by using 2 of them, I think that's a good example. And that's how you genuinely run your business, certainly for all key decisions. For example, In a legal situation, you'll have your primary legal counsel, but you'll certainly get a second opinion on big calls. 2 tools, clear roles. So back to where we started. When was the last time your AI tool disagreed with you? If the answer is never, it's not a thinking partner, it's a yes machine. Take one action. In your own context, open Claude and run the same task with the same background information that you did in ChatGPT last week. That's your 10-minute experiment, and it will tell you more than this video ever can because it's taking in your personal context. But I think it's a great exercise to do to make sure you're happy with where you are. Remember, your experience is your advantage. The right tool amplifies that and gives you hours of time back. I'm Jim Kennedy. See you next week.